Hey, I'm Corey from Sawdust to Stitches, and today I have Jen from Build Basic visiting me in my new shop, and we are getting it all set up for video content.
So Corey has an amazing space here, but she has her kids that run in and out of the shop. So she wants to get both her lights and her camera up off the floor. So today we're going to be working on some ceiling mounts for her camera, her monitor, and also her lighting equipment. To mount the camera, we're going to create a support that hooks over two rafters and holds two rails that support a camera and monitor mount between.
First, we'll cut the 1x3s to length at the miter saw. Next, we'll cut the plywood panels to size on the table saw.
Then we'll drill pocket holes into the plywood and 1x3 pieces.
Because we want the height of the camera to be adjustable, we're also adding holes for locking pins using the drill press.
With our holes drilled, we can lay out the 1x3 frame and assemble it using pocket hole screws. Next, we can add the plywood panel that'll hold the monitor and the shelf above for the camera.
It's now time to connect the upper part of the rails to the top support. To get the right spacing, we're clamping the upper rails to the outside of each lower rail.
Before we install the support, we're adding blocks to the ends to create hooks.
The hooks on either side are just to make sure that the support doesn't slide off the rafters. I'm using my hands.
We can now add the locking pins to hold the rails together. We're also adding mounting plates to the front and back edge of the rails to keep them from pivoting on the pins.
As a last safety precaution, we're also securing a wire to the top and bottom rail on each side, so that just in case the lower part should fall, it'll never fall all the way to the ground.
It's now time for the hardware. We're first installing the TV mount centered on the plywood panel.
But before we mount the tripod head to the shelf, we decided to add some blocking so that the camera can fully tilt into portrait position. With the blocking screwed into place, we're drilling a hole for the tripod head bolt.
We can now mount the TV, secure the tripod head, and lift the new assembly up between the rafters and twist it to rest in place.
So the great thing about this project is that I can move it wherever I need to in the shop, and I can use it for larger overhead projects, or I can adjust it down so that I can get more detailed shots.
I don't know how else to show that it's working.
But it's working!
It's working! Check that out.
That's us.
Real time.
But we're over here.
We're over here.
We're behind this camera.
With the camera mount complete, we switch gears to work on the lights. To get the lights off the ground, we're using the top portion of the existing light stands.
By simply inserting a bolt and cap nut through the bracket, we can create a hanger.
With several pairs of screws driven into the rafters at each station and plugs readily available in the rafters, these lights can now hook into place and move around the shop as needed without pulling hazardous extension cords across the floor.
I couldn't be happier that my camera and lights are off the floor and ready for me to dive into shooting more video. Well, thanks so much for joining us today for this project.
We made a project. You said another word before you started again.
What did I say?
I don't know. It was a word. I said okay right before you started.
That's what I do. I'm telling you. I say okay when I start things. All right. Let's do it again.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Every single one of my Insta stories starts, okay, so.
I know, mine too.
Okay.
It's bad. Okay.
Okay. Here we go. There's our montage. This is the okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Do this. But I just drank a lot of soda. And
sorry.
Thank you so much for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed this project. If you would like to see more of these, I'm rehearsing. It's going to be muscle memory.
Super aggressive.
We hope you enjoyed it.
You better like it.
Corey can get real. Thanks so much for joining us today, and we hope you enjoyed today's project. If you want to see more awesome tutorials like this, make sure you tune into Jen with Build Basic. I talk fast.
Oh my god, that was amazing.
Perfect. We could have just slowed it down in editing.
Thank you.
This is it. I can feel it.
Okay.
Thanks so much for joining us today, and we hope you enjoyed the project. If you want to see more awesome projects like this, make sure you follow Jen at Build Basic or myself, Corey at Sawdust to Stitches, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for joining us. See you later. Bye.
It's not creepy at all.
You got this.